Hello beer tubers and welcome to another beer review with me, Peter, the master of hops. Today, checking out a beer I've been really excited about trying ever since I found out it was released. So in the last few years, Schlenkerla Brauerei Aecht Schlenkerla Rauchbier has really been playing around a lot with unfiltered versions of their household brands and beers, household products, if you want to say that. And they've also been releasing a couple new beers, like their alcohol-free beers, the Heinstein series, although I wasn't a big fan of that. But a lot of cool unfiltered stuff. And yeah, also just releasing in the last, it's been not a long time coming, but they've been doing it over time, releasing a lot of the stuff that was seasonally brewed, originally just served at the bar in the city and around Bamberg. But I really love that. I've been to Bamberg numerous times. It's one of my favorite places to go. It's one of my all-time favorite breweries. And the fact that they released this is just so dope. So this is the unfiltered version of their most famous beer, their Märzen. So this is, their special edition unfiltered Märzen. This was released especially for the Rauchbier Conservation Day, which was the 23rd of July. I'm not sure if that was when it was bottled, but I'm sure it was bottled in July. So now 2 months down the road, I'm trying it. As soon as I popped it, it was just this vibrant smoke smell. And I was just pouring it from a mile away. Sitting here, it just smells intense. I can't wait to sink my teeth into this. So this is a new thing, the Rauchbier Conservation Day. I think it's going to happen every year where there's going to be a special event in Bamberg. And I really love that they went with doing something like this, Schlenkerla, for the event. It's a special bottling. They're probably going to do it again, I imagine, because they've been doing the Helles, for example, which was also a special edition quite a few times. And the unfiltered Helles is outstanding, world class. It's amazing beer. And I have really high hopes for this, but I can smell from here that I think it's going to be good. So I think Märzen from Schlenkerla is one of my favorites of their products. I've always loved their Märzen. It was one of the first Rauchbiers I ever had where I was like, what the hell is this? And most people are like, oh, that's meaty and weird. But I was all aboard. I loved it. And it was my first experience with Rauchbier. And it's like one of the most intense Rauchbiers you can find. And the benchmark that all other, at least craft brewers and modern brewers, try to imitate. When you see brewers try to do Rauchbiers, most often they'll do a Märzen inspired by something like this. So let's have a look at the unfiltered Märzen. So pure is a lightly cloudy color. What's also really interesting, by the way, is the shelf life on this. So if this was bottled in July, they give it, August, September, October, November, December, January, 7 months, 6 months-ish of shelf life. That's not a lot of time. So I can smell from here, it smells like something you should drink fresh because it smells quite vibrant. But it's got that really nice mahogany hue. It's definitely got some haze, which sometimes you find it in their Rauchbiers, but mostly if they're fresh, they're not really hazy because they're filtered. Except, of course, if you have one of the special bottlings of unfiltered Rauchbier they do. It just looks lovely. The head that poured out was quite big and frothy. Some big bubbles, but it looks nice. It looked nice. Let's check out the aroma on the unfiltered Märzen by Schlenkerla. Oh my lord! Oh my god, that smells so freaking good. It smells like the freshest bag of smoked barley malt, beechwood smoked barley malt. It is insane. It smells like it just came straight out the smoker, or the smokehouse, or their smoking ovens. I think it's not really ovens, but they have, you can see I don't know if it's the exact same at Schlenkerla, but the process of smoking, you can see that at Brauerei Spezial, where they have this huge in-house smoking thing with a huge kiln. The smoke dries the malt, and there's this whole room where they smoke the malt in. But oh my god, it's just like this fresh, vibrant beechwood smoky goodness. Loads of hammy, bacony meatiness and loads of fresh, vibrant breadiness, like toasted nutty toasty nutty bread loaf, almost like a hint of pumpernickel bread with like charcuterie, and it has even the softest hint of like spicy hops. which is really interesting. The ABV on this is 5.1%. I think it's slightly lower than the filtered version. I'm not entirely sure, actually. I think it's 5.2, 5.5. Oh man, this just smells marvelous. Marvelous, marvelous. Let's give it a taste. Cheers. Oh. I'm glad I have 5 bottles more of this. Oh my lord. It's got fairly high carbonation. Well, often the regular Märzen has that as well. It's just so vibrant and fresh. Like, compared to a bottle of regular Märzen, I should have had a regular to compare to. Unfortunately, I don't. But if you compare, and it's a beer I've had so many times. If I go somewhere and it's on tap, it's one of those beers I'll always get because I love it to death. But like, it's like that, but almost like in the freshest form. It's almost like being at the brewery drinking it out of a wooden barrel because it's so vibrant and fresh, which you usually only experience at the brewery or at the bar in Bamberg. Because it's just such an intense, smoky, fresh grain profile. Like this really fresh, smoky, bready grain profile. Like stick in your nose and freshly smoked beechwood malt. Or beechwood smoked malt. It's so much of that, and also on the flavor. And loads of hammy, bacony, meaty smoke that goes into like this really nice, doughy, bready, like a hazelnut loaf, like a pumpernickel, almost like a pumpernickel that's like, it has like almost like a burnt, slightly toasted, heavily toasted charred edge or something like that. And then like loads of like this like deep charcuterie flavor, touches of toasty nuttiness, touches of caramel. This is just such a great beer. It's like, I know it's a beer that splits waters for a lot of people, but this is one of the, like, this is like, as I said, drinking it really fresh at the brewery. And I don't, do I like this more than the regular? I'd compare this to drinking the regular just at the brewery or the bar in Bamberg. So I guess I like it a bit more. But this is just like such peak level of craftsmanship. Everything is in harmony, which is amazing. Drinkability is insanely high. Loads of nuanced layered flavors. It's just like amazing. I'm still I understand it's like Marmite almost. Like it's really hard to get into and a lot of people put off. But it's just such a flavors and beers. If you love anything with smoke, any smoked food, if you love that, this is just gonna blow your mind. A beer like this, like, well, maybe not blow it, but you're gonna really dig it. And I think like also like beers doesn't necessarily for me necessarily need to blow my mind anymore. I just need to really love drinking them. It's not all about mind blowing over the top things for me anymore. I love that still, but this can be just as good as like a crazy over the top barrel aged stout. But here I can drink 3 bottles and still be quite all right. This is fucking lovely beer. I just want to tank it. It's so good. And as I said, there's an undercurrent of like a spicy hop profile, like a black pepper type hoppiness to it, almost like slightly woody hoppiness as well. But then this onrush of all these things I talked about, the breadiness, the pumpernickel, the hazelnut loaf, almost like a little bit of a sourdough vibe because it has tartness from hops. Loads of layered charcuterie meatiness, bacon and ham, cured meats in general, and then just like a savory umami-ness to it because of the smoke, and I'm all about that umami. And then just like soft touches of caramel and toffee and toasted nuts, and there's so many layers. And then you have like the hoppiness and everything just like balancing each other out, and then just like crazy high drinkability. Fucking lovely product. Or Rauchbier. I don't know why I say product. That must be from doing the the alco reviews. But This is so dope. This is so dope. And this is a beer I'm sure a lot of people are just going to give like 3.5s and 3.75s online on Untapped and whatnot, because it's not something that smacks them in the face. I think this is a smack in the face for a Rauchbier, but I think it's such a great study in high intensity of flavor, but really, really, really high drinkability. Like, the drinkability on this is crazy. I could drink loads of it. I could probably drink more of the Helles, but this I could still drink loads of. I fucking love it. For me, almost any day, a Schlenkerla Märzen is the 95. The gold standard of the Schlenkerla Märzen, when it's on its peak, and you have it at the brewery and whatnot, it's often around the 97 range, maybe even 98. This does that for me. This is like sitting in Bamberg, drinking it at the source. And I've never had that experience at home. Also, probably because I've never had their Rauchbier this fresh. Because this went up on. That's the amazing thing about Schlenkerla. They have a web shop. You can order their beers fresh if you're situated in Europe. This went up really quickly, and you could just go get some. Get super fresh, unfiltered Märzen at your door within a month of it being bottled, which is insane. So yeah, I'm probably gonna go like 97, 96. No, 97. It's world-class Rauchbier, and there's not a lot that touches this. This was some wunderbar Rauchbier. If you guys had a chance to try the unfiltered Aecht Schlenkerla Rauchbier Märzen, let me know what you thought of it. This is just amazing Rauchbier, and I was totally in the mood for something like this today. I know with grades and stuff, all that things like that also play in, but this is, to me, one of the best Rauchbier experiences I've had in a long time. And as I said, it's like pretty much like drinking it fresh at the source. And I don't think I've had that at home before. That's why I'm pretty baffled by this glass. And it's going down like milk. Really, really damn good. But yeah, 97, guys, for the unfiltered Aecht Schlenkerla Rauchbier Märzen. If you guys had this, let me know. If you haven't, you better get on the Schlenkerla, and you're based in Europe, you better get on the Schlenkerla web shop and order some whilst it's still around, because I'm not sure when they're going to do this again. I hope they will, and try and get it out fresh like this again, because it's been awesome, like with a lot of these unfiltered releases where they've been pushed out, and it's like you get it and it's only a few weeks or a month old or something like that. It's pretty damn dope. But yeah, lovely, 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 lovely. Would I drink it again any day of the week? The bottles I still have, I'm going to try and consume them fresh, because, oh my lord, it's great. It could also be fun just to age one, just to see what happens, but we'll see if I do that. But yeah, if you guys had this, let me know. As always, remember to comment, subscribe, check out the Facebook fan page and Twitter and Instagram, and give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. And that's it for the love song of Rauchbier that this episode was, and I'm going to say cheers. See you guys in another beer review.